Well, turkeys came in a little earlier than I thought, so showing up to grab them real quick. The post office called me. Didn't even realize there was one here in town. I mean, I knew there was, but I didn't know that it was actually working. So grab those turkeys and then figure out the rest of my life. There, after a quick stop at the grocery store because, well, I had to pay for overpriced plunger. We're back. So I got the turkeys. They came in. They're all talking right now, so I haven't opened it up yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and get them out here. I gotta get them into their temporary spot, and then I will. I'm gonna be building them their brooder today. So I had a brooder set up in the chicken coop, obviously, but now that it's being used all the time, I don't want to do that. So we're gonna get them into a temporary setup, which will be temporary as in for a couple hours. Alright, so here they're temporary. It's just a dog kennel for the moment with a heat lamp. We got their water. Let's get some rocks in it. So it's not the most ideal, but it'll work for now. So let's go ahead and get this opened. Oh, there they are, some bourbon red turkeys. We got them. Aren't they cute? Okay, here's some water for you. There you go. There's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. There's five. There's six. There's seven. There's eight. There's nine. There's 10. There's 11. Escape artist. There's 12. There's 13. There's 14. There's 15. We got one escaping, so they're gonna walk right through these now. So now I gotta get that figured out. Crap. Okay, be back. All right, I think I got it figured out for now. So I just took cardboard, cut it up, put it on the outside of this real quick, get 4 inch. Gave us a little bit about 4 inches up on the side, so hopefully that'll keep them from having an issue. Here we go. Now next is going to be, I'm going to get them a little bit of feed, so we'll run out and grab that. Just put down, and then I'll get building their brooder. All right, so this is what we got. We got these pallets that are laying around, so I figure I'll use the pallets. And so they're all, so that one's 39 by 39-ish, but these are all 40 by, these two are 40 by 48. This is like 40 by 43 or 44. So my plan is I'm going to go ahead and use these ones as my backs, and they're going to be my standard, and then I'll use these as my sides, and then I'll make a front out of something else. But that'll give me a big enough brooder. I got 25 chickens coming this, and that'll keep me, I got 25 chickens coming this next week. Not next week, but in October, so that'll keep it. Any size that I want to have a brooder, it'll be big enough to be able to brood in. It is kind of overkill. But I got 15 turkeys, and they're going to get somewhat big, so I need to have at least, what is it, 1 square foot, so I need at least 15 square feet, so at least needs to be 3 by 5. I think I just circumvent that and just go 3 by 8, and then that gives me plenty of a brooder. Maybe not. That might change. I might take this and do it that way. Add a couple feet of plywood and go from there. But this might be overkill, so I may not even do that. I may just use what I have left over for wood and go that route. But I really like using this pallet. I really like the pallet idea because I have extra pallets. So why not use the pallets? But I don't know if that's going to be the case. So right over there is a male pheasant. Let's go see if we can check him on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our 3 foot mark. Go to our 3 foot mark. Mark it at 3 foot here. That's going to give us, what is that? I think it's like 3 inches. It gives us 4 inches off the ground. So we'll give an air gap on there a little bit. See if I can get this to hold or not. In here I'm just getting some wood together. I'm going to break it down to use as the supports for the floor. So I'm just trying to use everything that I have just laying around as much as possible. I'm not trying to cut down big old boards that I have. The property did come with a lot of rough sawn lumber. This is just some extra stuff that I took out of the lean-to. Nope, this came out of the building that I put the wine cellar in. So I'm just going to pull all the nails and go that route with it. Might as well recycle some stuff and not burn it. So you could screw these together. I'm using brad nails. I have them. They're cheaper. Yeah, I'm gonna blow through them, but to me, it's just, well, I want to play with air. I wanted to get my air dialed in out here, anyways. But the other thing I wanted to do was just, yeah, really just wanted to play with my air and get it figured out. And it'll be easier this way. You can screw it in. You can nail it in if you wanted to by hand. If you're going to screw it in, you're going to have to go ahead and pre-drill everything. But so, and then I'm not going to hook these together. What I'm going to end up doing is, when I go to the store today, when I run into town, is I'll end up drilling these for carriage bolts. Actually, I might have some in there, but I'll end up drilling this for carriage bolts to hold it together. And then that'll go from inside down. And then the floor is just going to sit on it. I'm going to go through, and then I'll put braces on the floor once I have that ready to go. So that way it'll just sit right on it, and then I don't have to worry about it. All right, let's take a look at this. So what I did was, I'm gonna change my plans. I'm not gonna use those two. I'm just gonna use these two as my back, because what I want to do is I want this to come down at an angle, so that way the back's higher than the front, and so it makes it easier to get in and out. So and then I can put hinges up there on whatever I have up there, and I'll end up hanging the lights inside instead of out. Yeah, so I'm going to build it so I'm 3 feet from here to there. So I'm going to go ahead and set my stuff up here. This will be where my other supports go, is right along there, and then it'll go there, and we'll go from there. But this is where I'm at. Snapped the line, lined them up, tacked them on real quick with a couple brad nails in there. Those will be easy to pull out, cut off, whatever I need to do. So but they're up. Alright, I'm just going to square this off just a little bit, or as square as I can get it, but oops. Okay, so we're gonna go to 28 inches. That gives me a 4-inch on the bottom, or where my bottom base is gonna sit. So it gives me 4 inches there, and then yeah, that'll work. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do 28s. On the outside of it, because I want true 28s. I figure I'm going to need at least, let's see, 1, 2, I'll probably need at least 4 of them. That's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, I'll go with 4, because what I'm going to end up doing is then I'll square it off of here, or I'll square this up a little bit, and then I'll measure from here to here when I have this up. At least that's what I think I'm going to do. See what reality ends up being. Tell you what, I'm supposed to go in and have surgery. That can't happen too fast. My hand is killing me. Measure 4 inches. inches. All right, so what we got going on over here is I got this little old countertop thing that was left over from, it was in the garage, so I'm going to reuse it. I'm going to use it for all the plywood I can, piece it together where I can and do what I can with it, and then I'll add what I need to from there. But right now I'm going to use it for the sides from here to here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut me a couple pieces at 36, I think is what I came up with. Find out for sure. So we're actually going to go ahead and go at 38 inches, I believe. So, not I believe, that's what we're going to go with, is 38 inches. But I'm trying to see if maybe 24 is kind of what I figured. Make sure. Let's go 38 up top. What we got going on now is I'm just putting in a nailer board for the sides. I'm going to screw in the sides so that way we can remove them. Makes it all separate pieces there. So it will make it a little bit more portable per se. At least you can break it down and get it into smaller chunks and make it into one small pile instead of being a big old giant 8-foot long cage that you got to carry around that are several hundred pounds. So that's what's going on with this right now. And then so we'll go ahead and keep on speeding through here and keep on listening to some music and watching what's going on. Okay, so I've got the floorboard, most of the floor cut out, so now I'm going to grab that, put it in here, and then measure for what I need for the rest. So I don't know where this shut off at, but right now I'm cutting the supports for the sides. This is going to be the middle one, it's the widest one, so it'll span both of those. Perfect. So I shut off at every chance I've shown. So here's my three. Here's my middle one. So it'll sit here like this. Here's my end one. It'll sit here like this. Here's my other end one. It'll obviously sit here like this. Those are just over 20-degree angles on there. So this is going to be for my lid. So what I'm going to end up doing is building a frame on there to frame these in, and then I'll go from there. Actually, I probably won't even do that now that I think about it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. No, these are just going to sit on it, so that way they're removable. Nope, I'm gonna build a frame and then I'll build a hinge system off of that. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right. I know I should be using some thicker material, but honestly what I'm gonna end up doing is, if it still has too much play in it, is I've got some scrap 1x2 type stuff, 2x2 type stuff. I'll just run it right in the middle of it and call it good, and it'll stiffen it up. I may have a genius idea. We got a bunch of flooring laying around, so I'm gonna see if this will work on here or not. All right, just checking in real quick. Kind of pushed through a couple things, not too much though. So got the front on. Yep, that would be flooring. It's just flooring that I have sitting over there, a bunch of it. So it's the same stuff I use on the wine cellar. That's what I'm using here. And then I'm putting in these braces here because I'm going to put chicken wire here. Which means I'll probably put, yeah, I'll just put chicken wire here and then wrap it around. It doesn't really matter. So, or I might run another, I have another piece of that 2x6 stuff, so I might run another one from here to here. So from here to here, or over the top or something. I don't know yet. Probably not. What I'll probably do is actually just run the flooring out to there or something. I don't know yet. I haven't figured that part out yet. So that'll be my next project, is figuring out the flooring, or figuring out the backing for this. And it's gonna be the same thing that I use up front, because might as well. So that's what I have. I'm trying to eliminate screwing that lid on, because I'd like to just be able to lift that lid up. But I don't know if that's going to be a feature or not for sure. So that's what I'm trying to do. But I am going to put chicken wire here, chicken wire at the end, so that way there's plenty of flow. And then I'll hang the lights in here. I'm going to actually put in a either a PVC or piece of wood or whatever I find that'll come out, so that way I can hang the light off of that. I think I have a piece of chain that I'll use for that, so that way I can move it up and down. So I put those brackets in so that way the top will just rest on it and it doesn't just fall right down. It's got, I mean, it does have an overhang here. And again, I'm trying not to use these. So we'll see what happens, but I want to use this as like a lid, but I don't think it's strong enough to do that unless I put some backer there too, and then just do chicken wire on top. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's evolving. I'm gonna walk you through this side of what I did, just because I didn't show you on the other side. And all this is part of the rip down 2x6 that I did on the barn doors when I did the barn door 2x6. So this is just a rip off of it. It's just a little, basically half-inch piece. So. All I'm doing is just scribing it real quick. You can get away with not scribing it and just cutting it however you want to, but for me, it's this is all about just becoming a better me, so I'm just doing stuff somewhat the right way for the most part. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so that's what it looks like. I chewed through that. I got a little hungry, so I was just doing a freehand on the saw, on the freehand on the table saw. So. Perfect. All right, now we get started on the back side. So I was going to take it apart and do it. I think that's just going to create more hassle. So I think I'll at least get the sides, and then from there I'll be able to do everything else. This needs to come out. Chicken wire on here now, I hope. We'll see how this works out. Had an epiphany. I think what I'm going to do is take these, cut them so they fit here, here, and there. I'm going to staple them and probably glue them together so that way they're rigid a little bit more, but I'm not going to staple them into here. And then I'll staple the chicken wire to that, and then I will put them, and then I'll put them in the middle, and that'll allow me to lift the chicken wire up, and it'll be a little bit more rigid. So that's what I'm gonna do. Do that until it annoys me, and then I'll do something else, I guess. At this point in time, I'm just getting in a hurry, mainly because it's getting dark. I want to get them in this brooder tonight, and because I gotta work tomorrow. So make sure. I was doing this for somebody else or doing this for an actual real finished project, I would do a lot of this stuff differently, but the way I'm doing it, the wood I'm doing it for, I'm not too worried about it. not worried about a perfect glue up, just enough to make it feel a little bit sturdier. That's all I care about in the end. Since I'm going to be moving them up and down, it just makes it so that way I don't have to worry about it nearly as much. Here's what we got. That's where they are, right there. So I'll end up needing to do a brace across the front too, just so I can lift the whole thing up. But as long as I can get into one side, that's all I really care about right now. So, and as long as it'll hold it, that's really all I care about. Some ghetto latches. It's all up now. I just gotta get everything in it. So, there it is. It's pretty big, but it'll be nice. So. Alright, got light. Maybe light. Thermostat. Plug-in thermostat for my light. Plug the light into it, and then that way when it gets over 100 degrees, it just shuts off. No need to waste it if it's hot out. So. There's our little bundle of joy. Yeah, saw that coming a mile away. There's better ways to do this. I just didn't have time right now. It in for them. Good for them. Whatever. Oh, that's a good. Here, throwing some food there for him. Let him kind of figure their life out. There we got it. So there they are. Should be plenty. It's not gonna be too chilly tonight, anyways, and that light should be more than enough for them. And there's their food. And water, rocks in our water, and there, finding things to peck at, little things that I missed. So, it'll be good for them. They'll figure things out. I threw a bunch of grit in the bottom there. So, again, I want to say thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, dislike. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. Just do something, be constructive, have a wonderful day, and keep becoming a better you.